Police today released body cam footage of the moment they arrested the man they say planned to assassinate former President Trump while he was golfing.
Hello, viewers. Today, we've got some breaking news about an intense situation that went down in West Palm Beach, Florida. An apparent assassination attempt was made on former President Donald Trump while he was chilling on the golf course. Now, this isn't the first time Trump has been caught in the crosshairs, but this one had Secret Service on high alert and led to some real chaos. Let's get into the timeline of what actually happened and who's behind this. The central figure of this story is the former President of the United States and the current Republican nominee for the 2024 election. Trump was at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida, when an apparent assassination attempt was made. Despite the chaos, Trump remained unharmed, later praising the Secret Service for their quick actions and calm handling of the situation. Another character, Ryan Wesley Ruth, is a suspect at the center of the assassination attempt. Ruth has a long criminal history dating back to the 1990s, involving firearms, stolen goods, and shady behavior. He was seen at the golf course with a rifle and fled after the Secret Service fired at him. Ruth was eventually arrested after a dramatic chase and is now facing serious firearms charges, which could land him in prison for a long time. Trump's security team, the Secret Service, was the first to spot Ruth's rifle. They reacted instantly, engaging the suspect and firing 4 to 5 rounds before Ruth fled. Their swift actions ensured Trump was never in direct danger, and the agents even received praise from the former president for their professionalism. Two other important personalities, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, while not directly involved in the incident, they were drawn into the political fallout when Trump blamed their rhetoric for creating an environment that led to the attempt on his life. Both were briefed on the situation, with Harris expressing her deep concern over the possible assassination attempt. These are the main players in a story that has quickly escalated from a dangerous situation to a political firestorm. It all began way before anyone even knew what was going down. At around 2 a.m., the suspect, Ryan Wesley Ruth, was already hanging around the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach. His phone records show he'd been in the area for 12 hours, which means he was waiting, watching, and planning something major while no one had any idea. Fast forward to the early afternoon, and former President Donald Trump is just out there, enjoying a sunny day of golf at his usual spot. He's on the 5th hole, about 15 minutes away from Mar-a-Lago, thinking it's just another peaceful afternoon on the course. Little did he know, trouble was lurking not too far away. The Secret Service is always on high alert, right? They're doing their thing, sweeping the course, staying one hole ahead of Trump's group as usual, making sure everything's locked down. That's when one of the agents spots something super suspicious sticking out from the bushes lining the course. It's identified as an SKS pattern rifle, and that's a massive red flag. Trump was about 300 to 500 yards away, out of sight and safe for the moment. But the agents knew they had to act fast. At this point, there's no time to waste. The Secret Service agent engages immediately, firing 4 to 5 shots in the direction of the rifle. The suspect, Ruth, panics and makes a run for it, ditching his rifle, a scope, 2 bags, and even a GoPro camera in his rush to get away. He hops into a black Nissan SUV and takes off, but a witness nearby snaps a pic of the car and hands it over to the authorities. Ruth thought he could flee, but they were hot on his trail. After a short chase, Ruth was caught 38 miles away from the golf course, driving northbound on the I-95 highway. Police pulled him over in Martin County, and that's when they realized the plates on his Nissan didn't even match the car. Turns out they belonged to a stolen Ford from 2012. So not only was he involved in this assassination attempt, but he was also driving around in a car with stolen plates. So, what happened to Trump during all of this? Fortunately, he was totally unharmed. Soon after the incident, he issued a statement to his supporters saying, "There were gunshots in my vicinity, but before rumors start spiraling out of control, I wanted you to hear this first."
All of a sudden we heard shots being fired in the air, and I guess probably 4 or 5. And it sounded like bullets, but what do I know about that? But Secret Service knew immediately it was bullets. And they grabbed me and I think probably the other one, Steve, is one of the people, Steve Woodcuff, a great friend of mine.
After all this, Trump quickly turned to politics, blaming President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris for what happened. He said, "Their rhetoric is causing me to be shot at when I am the one who is going to save the country, and they are the ones that are destroying it from the inside and out." The White House confirmed that both Biden and Harris were briefed on the situation. Harris later said in a statement that she was deeply disturbed by the assassination attempt. As for Ruth, he appeared in court for a quick hearing where the charges against him were read: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obstructed serial number. He'll be back in court soon, and if convicted, he could be looking at up to 20 years in prison. The FBI is leading the investigation, and there's a lot more to uncover in the days ahead. Trump is expected to make his first public appearance since the incident during a town hall event in Flint, Michigan. All eyes will be on him as he speaks, just days after this dramatic and dangerous event. Back to Trump. Luckily, he wasn't hurt at all. After the shots went down, Trump got out a statement pretty quickly saying, "There were gunshots in my vicinity, but before rumors start spiraling out of control, I wanted you to hear this first. I am safe and well." Classic Trump move. Get ahead of the story. Later, he went on a live stream, giving more details. He said he heard the shots, the Secret Service grabbed him, and they all hopped into golf carts and sped off the course. Pretty wild scene if you think about it. Now, of course, things got political fast. Trump blamed Biden and Harris for creating an environment where he's being targeted, saying their rhetoric is what's causing him to get shot at. Harris responded, saying she was deeply disturbed by the attempt. Meanwhile, Trump supporters were already gathering at his Mar-a-Lago residence, waving their flags and signs like they always do. So, Ruth is now facing serious charges, including possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obstructed serial number. He'll be back in court next week, and if convicted, he's looking at up to 20 years behind bars. The FBI is leading the investigation, and there's probably more to this story that's going to come out soon. The situation is definitely raising some eyebrows, especially with all the tension surrounding Trump's ongoing legal battles and political ambitions. Whether this was a random act or something more calculated, it's clear that the political climate is only getting more charged. As we wait for more details, it's hard not to wonder how incidents like this will impact the 2024 elections and Trump's plans to run for office again. This event just adds another layer to the already complex web of controversies surrounding him. All right, that's the full breakdown of the insane events that unfolded at Trump's golf course. It's crazy how quickly things can go from a normal day to a full-blown emergency. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Was this just another day in Trump's unpredictable life, or is this part of a bigger problem? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any updates. Until next time, stay safe out there.